Today on 3D Outdoors, I'm going to be introducing you to our newest member of our fleet here at 3D Outdoors, right after this. All right, the newest member just picked this baby up. It is a 2025 Can Am Defender Limited HD10. And I'm going to go over a few reasons why I went with this particular rig. There'll be plenty of videos to follow talking about the ins and outs of these. We're actually going to be doing a stereo install on here today, so we'll do a video on how to do that. I have to actually go in and fix some work that the dealership did that I bought it from. They put a turn signal kit in it and they didn't put the body panel back on right, so I need to dig into that and pop that body panel off and reposition it so it's in there properly. And they also did not hook up, and on these Can-Ams you can literally have, they have it built in because in Europe they have the blinkers that flash in the dash. They're not working. The blinkers work, but they don't flash on the dash, so I have to figure out if the kit they used, it's possible to do that with, and if it is, did they leave the part in there so I can actually make it work properly, or if I have to reach out to the company and get one. So I have to tear into the dash and figure out what brand they use, probably contact them. They're 5 hours away from me. I had to go 5 hours away to find the tan unit that I wanted. I could get a blue, I could get a red, but I didn't want those. I wanted the tan. So I had to go a little bit further distance. But let's get into a little bit on why I chose the Can Am Defender, because you know I have a Polaris Ranger in the fleet as well, sitting right back there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. Absolutely love it. It's 2016, so obviously been driving it a long time, 9 years now. We take it ice fishing with tracks on. You see it in the videos all the time, and it's just a great machine. And I did drive the brand new Polaris Rangers, the 2025s, compared it to Can-Am, and I drove the Kawasaki's as well. Wanted to get a full idea of what all of them were and all the ones that are in the same class range. The Kawasaki had a bit more horsepower than both the Ranger or the Can-Am, but the Can-Am and Ranger are right neck and neck, about the same horsepower output, and I think you could change that if you did some tuning to the rig. Might do a little research into that, we'll see. There's a 1-year warranty on this. The Polaris had 2, so a little short on the warranty compared to Polaris, but they just came out with that new one. But the 1-year warranty, I think, will shake out anything that might happen on this rig in the first year. Comes factory with 30-inch tires on it. Absolutely love that. The tires are a little knobby. I think they might be a little loud when we're doing highway driving in between trails. After I get it licensed here, just have to wait for the paperwork to show up. But then after these wear out someday, I'll probably put the same style tire I have on the Ranger on here. Obviously, the old Ranger I only have 27s on. The new Rangers have 29s. These are 30s. So a little higher stance on this particular rig. That was a plus. The big plus for me, though, was the sound. And what I mean by that is the lack of sound. The Ranger is fairly quiet compared to like the Polaris Expedition. The Kawasaki was all right as well when I drove it, but the Can-Am really impressed me. The engine is a V-style engine instead of inline. It just seems to, shall we say, purr a little bit better. And the other thing is the doors. The door seal is quite thick. Now, disadvantage is one of the things I've never really liked about the Rangers or the Can-Ams, the Kawasaki's the other way, is the backwards style doors. There's another name for the doors. I'm not going to say it online here. But the old style cars, some of them had them. But so it's a little wonky getting in and out, but it does give you a clear range. It has a limiter on here, so you can only open the door so far, which is nice, so it doesn't swing around backwards. But when you shut this thing, and I'll shut it and see if you can hear it, you can hear that, as it goes shut. That is sealed up tight in there. It is great. Been driving around, you can see there's a little dust on it already. Did some driving to start doing the belt break-in on that. Maybe I'll do a video on belt break-ins and why you do it. But been breaking the belt in a little bit, getting it ready to go. But it is really quiet. Had somebody in here with me the other day. We're driving and full conversation, no issues whatsoever. I'll bring the camera over, show you the inside real quick. Great little machine here. I shouldn't say little, I actually had to get a different trailer to haul it with, because the one that I had, I could drive it inside, but since these are solid doors, I would have never been able to get out, I don't think. So when you look inside, the other thing that I really liked about these, I said it was super quiet, are the seats. They seem to have a little bit more upward cushion on the sides that hold you in. I had always wanted to go to a rig with a bucket seat. And the Expedition did have that, but the Expedition was extremely loud because it goes at 7,500 RPM at like 30 miles an hour because it was a heavy rig. They had to down gear it for that reason. So the RPMs come up right away and it gets super loud. And I didn't want super loud. I wanted something that I could carry on a conversation with, and I wanted a decent seat. And these are decent seats. I really like them. All right, those door seals, I'll give you a little closer look here. You can see how thick that seal is. And it really seals up nice when you close the door on it, which is awesome. The seats are a little more, what would you call it, bolstered on the sides here to fit you in. I wanted a bucket seat is what I would have preferred, and this is it's like two buckets in the center, so you're good there. Where the other Ranger, my Ranger, is more of a bench almost, and it's got less bolstering, and even the newer ones don't have the bolstering that this Can Am has. So I really like the seats in here. I like the door seals. It has the full HVAC system in it. The stereo will go up top here. I'm gonna work on that today. I'll make a video on how to install that, so you'll know how to do that. The center seat flips up, and there's some accessories some other companies make that you can use to accessorize that a little bit, and I will probably be putting those in. I have an accessory for the center here already ordered to be able to mount a GPS unit, my phone up here. You're probably saying, well, that's one thing that you don't have here. You don't have the ride command that the Rangers have. Well, the Rangers with the ride command with the features that this have come in about $3,000 higher. So there are trade-offs there. Fully adjustable steering wheel. Like I said, this one has the turn signal kit and the hazards already put in. I just have to figure out why it's not working up here in the dash. I'm guessing they just skipped putting that part in. Hopefully it's available and I can still do that. Key on here real quick. Standard nice dash. Shows you your RPMs, your fuel tank, everything you need to know. Has the horn put in to go with the street legal kit. Another big win for me on this is not just the four-wheel drive. The other one had four-wheel drive too. So this comes with lockers in it. You can see right here, rear diff lock, front diff lock. This comes factory with lockers in it, and to me, that is a big benefit. The HVAC, some people complain that it's a little simplistic, and it is, but you just push the button, comes on, works, and you can toggle through your controls here. You can go cool, low, you can change the temperature around, you can switch to auto, you can switch to heat. It is very simple, but very effective. You don't need two buttons to make it work. I've already ordered a kit that will go over this so that I can put phone mounts and GPS up here. You're going to say, well, this doesn't have factory like ride command like Polaris has, right? So that's specific to them. The Kawasaki, I think, had a Garmin unit way down low, which I didn't like. The Kawasaki was down, so when you're looking at the map, you're looking down here, and the trail's up here. You have to be stopped in order to do that, or it's not safe driving out in trails. So that I didn't care for on the Kawasaki. The ride command is okay, and I mean, it ran the stereo and all that stuff through it. But you can put a stereo in these too, and you could have it come factory that way. And they have the whole roof stereo system to where the front roof just lifts up and you can party wherever you're at. I don't need that. So I figured I'd just put a 2-speaker system in here. Kind of in my favor, the dealership didn't have the stereo on hand. So I told them not to worry about it. I'll take and put it in myself, and I ordered it and saved about $1,000. So we'll do a video on installing that. It looks pretty simple. You just drop this headpiece down. There's marked out areas in here already where to put everything. A head unit here, 2 6.5-inch speakers. I think that'll be fine. What else? Oh, it's got the passenger seat here. There's a storage box under here that you can take out, open it up, put stuff in. So like the tire repair kit that we take on the trail, like the glue tread, I don't have a spare for this yet. So there'll be a full-on glue tread kit put in there, probably a tow strap, jumper pack, whatever we may need out there. Has a toolbox, glove box up here. It's a glove box. You open it up, and you could flip it up and take it out and carry it with you if you want to. Kind of different. I don't know that I would ever take anything out of there. It almost makes it a plus and a negative, because if you put your stuff in there and somebody broke in, now get to that here in a second too. If somebody broke in, they could grab it and take it. And when I say break in, these doors are fully lockable. There's key locks on the outside of these doors, which is a big plus. I wanted that. You can lock this up just like a car. Another thing, just like a car, is it comes with power windows. Pretty amazing, which the other competitors did too. It comes with tinted windows right from the factory, so you don't have to pay for that, so that's a plus as well. This unit has the windshield washer and wiper, which I had put on the Ranger. A lot of guys don't have that, and I'm like, if you're driving down the trails, you got to have that. What else? You know, I showed you the heat and air. It's got defroster vents right up front here, so it'll defrost your window. It has floor vents for your feet. The regular front-facing vents. Just a great machine that I thought some of these pluses really outweighed. Plus, the other big thing is the service intervals on this are longer than the Ranger. So you go 100 hours before you go in and do your first oil change on this. You change your oil at 100 hours. They recommend adjusting the valves. I'll see if that's actually necessary, and if it is, I'll just have to learn how to do it. But yeah, just a great machine all the way around. One more thing, it has drive modes. So you can go into drive modes, and it's got your work. Let's make sure we see that on there. Work, economy, and then regular. So you can flip through it. So I flip through here. So there's work mode, eco mode, eco off. So that goes into a regular mode. So I would say middle of the road. The work is probably your torquey mode. Your regular is middle of the road. And if you're just driving roads, say you're driving this into town every day for coffee or whatever, you could put on eco mode and save some fuel. And there's our latest addition to 3D Outdoors, the Can Am Defender HD10. This is Dan with 3D Outdoors, reminding you to get into the outdoors and enjoy everything it has to offer. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and you can always follow us over at 3d-outdoors.com. That's our website where we put everything together.